Injured at all. The FDNY is there on location.
And speaking of the FDNY, we have the former FDNY Commissioner Dan Nigro on the phone with us this morning. Thank you so much, Commissioner. What can you tell us? What do you know about this partial building collapse?
Well, what I've learned about it is what I've seen on Channel 5, you know, watching your show, and sort of amazing shots from that helicopter. We have a response protocol for collapses. You know, of course, the most important thing is search for life. Is anybody injured in the area? Our fire marshals, the NYPD, will canvass, looking for someone to say, yes, I saw people in this location. We have our drones up. I see we have there's dogs there that look out, you know, can search. There's a concern over the safety of the members operating below that area because there's still, you know, loose debris, bricks and whatnot. So the members are concerned for that. And it's going to be an all-day operation. Building department is responding, I know that, with a crew to determine the structural stability of the building, which appears to be good, the entire building. And we'll have to look at all the apartments that abut the area that collapsed and see if anything has occurred there. So it's a long process.
Okay, so what are the next steps? Because obviously the first thing is to make sure everyone's safe, that there's no one in that rubble. But do they get people out of the building that are still there? Do they wait a little while before they test the integrity of the building? What is next?
Well, they're going to test the integrity of the building immediately as soon as our building department folks get there. Also, our rescue teams bring the collapse units in. They have instruments that can monitor any movement of the building. If that's happening, it doesn't appear that it is. They will remove people from the area adjoining. You know, it's quite a large building, the section that collapsed. So all of this is going on simultaneously. And most important thing is, if we get any reports from folks that somebody was seen in the area and is now we're unable to contact them, that would be a concern and would give us an particular area to search. But the rubble removal is certainly going to be a long, arduous process.
Commissioner, I know it's probably too early to tell. Do we know if anybody called in reports of smelling gas or anything in the area? I mean, how does something like this happen?
Well, these shafts now, you know, buildings at one time had incinerators. Now they use compactors. There are certain ways that an explosion could take place. Could be improper disposal of something or a gas leak in the building. I don't know yet if there were reports prior to the explosion and collapse, but certainly we have records of that and we'll know. You
just said something like, could the whole shaft come down from something that was put in the incinerator?
Well, it would certainly have to be something
major,
completely inappropriate. Yes.
Right.
So, but it's very unusual for this to happen to begin with. You know, we've had explosions in these shafts when people dispose of things they shouldn't. An explosion of this magnitude is certainly a little different from the norm.
Are you concerned about other buildings in the area? I understand Con Ed has already turned off the gas in that area, but would you be concerned about anything with the buildings surrounding it?
Only if we've started to receive calls from residents of other buildings that, you know, they notice a smell of gas. But for now, I think the concern is the immediate location where this collapse took place, that quarter of the building, the debris field that was caused, and determining, you know, as soon as possible, members will look into our fire marshals, the NYPD, arson explosion squad. They'll look into what could have caused this, and they'll find out.
So we see traffic obviously blocked off in that area. We see lots of fire trucks over there. How far do you then widen the area in that neighborhood?
Well, it really is, unless there's still an odor of gas, and if we believe there's a gas leak that's uncontrolled, then the area will expand that we have to keep people out of. But right now, we're keeping people out so that our members can operate and the other units can get in, NYPD, building department, not because we expect further explosions in the area.
Okay, so I know you're not there, so you don't know the minute-to-minute communications, but we've seen firefighters on the rooftop standing up there. Is that a sign that the structural integrity is not a major concern right now?
Well, just from what I can see from the helicopter, I don't think they're concerned of the structural integrity of the entire building, but certainly there's, as you can see, loose masonry still there. Members being on the roof, they're part of the team that's evaluating conditions. So I don't think I'd be concerned of the entire building. I would be concerned of the immediate area where that explosion took place. What damage did it do to that section?
Okay, so obviously this is going to take quite some time. We see some rubble, air conditioning units, it looks like, in the rubble. Looks like a pretty good amount of damage.
Oh, yeah.
So do your firefighters tell everybody, just out of an abundance of precaution, to get out of that building right now?
Well, I think we would remove as many people as possible, certainly from the apartments that adjoin the area that will, starting there, which is going to take some time. I don't know.